Over the weekend, reactions trailed the testimony by the Lagos State Commander of Military Intelligence Brigade, Brigadier Ahmed Taiwo, who told the judicial panel set up for victims of SARS and the Lekki tollgate incident that the Lagos State Governor, Accuses Sanwo-Olu, invited the military at the height of the unrest in the state. The brigadier disclosed that after the governor invited the army, he failed to communicate the change in curfew time to the military. He also expressed dissatisfaction that the governor reneged on his earlier call to the military. Well, let's take a quick look at what he said.
The Nigerian army was not happy about two things. The first, his denial that he asked us to intervene, when in actual fact, it was the proper thing to even do. He called the Chief of Army Staff and called the GOC 81 Division and asked for intervention because the police had been overrun. Then two, I spoke with the governor and said the army was unhappy that he said he did not ask the army to intervene. But I'm sure after we've watched everything, we saw he had more than reasonable grounds to ask the army to intervene.
All right, let's take a tweet from Olashupo, who wrote, "At least you guys finally admitted you were the ones at Lekki shooting at unarmed civilians. You said you were deployed to de-escalate the building unrest in the state, but you left hoodlums ravaging the streets and went against peaceful protesters." Well, you know, we still haven't heard from the Lagos State governor. It was on this program that he denied inviting the army, just 2 days after the Lekki incident. Let's take a quick look at that before we discuss.
The plot thickens is what I was about to say. And I agree with that tweet. We're finally getting some clarity, although there's still too much buck passing for my liking. Did the governor order the soldiers to shoot people? Because that's still been denied. We still don't know who was shot, how many fatalities. There's still so much back and forth about that. We still need to get to the bottom of this. But, you know, you'll remember yesterday was reported that the interim president of Peru stepped down after a matter of days.
Yes, exactly.
Because peaceful protesters were killed. And in that interview here on Arise that you referred to, I recall asking the governor of Lagos, when the dust settles, how will governors continue in Lagos? While this question lingers, it must be addressed, and we have to get to the bottom of it. Like you said, so far we haven't had any kind of rebuttal from the governor of Lagos, but we're expecting one.
There's too many. There are too many
question marks.
In Professor Bola Akinterienwa's voice, you cannot be more correct. The governor of Lagos State will need to speak up and provide clarification, because Brigadier General Taiwo raised a number of very serious issues. You will recall that when the governor appeared on this, when first he issued a statement, he said, oh, whatever happened at Lekki tollgate was due to forces beyond his control.
You know what, Dr. Abati, before you move further, let's listen to what he said so that we don't quote him out of context.
No, I cannot quote him out of context.
Exactly. Let's listen to
him.
Don't assume that.
I know that. I'm just saying there are other things that he said as well. So let's listen to that.
The events that happened at about 7:30, it was just a total shock to me and to everyone around me. I do not know how, we got into that kind of a situation, and it was just something that it was completely unbelievable. When the first call, it was actually one of my cabinet members that was with me. It was a wife that called us and said they were hearing shooting. I said, shooting where? What? He said, no, around Lekki. I said, it's not possible. And we make phone calls around. Nobody said they had sent anybody down. Because the instruction is that police will not be out until 10, 11 p.m. when we believe that almost every of our citizens would have gotten home. So I don't know how, they all got it all wrong or something. But it was just something that I couldn't even explain. Who gave orders? Who gave instructions for military to be there? It's still something that we are investigating, and we've escalated this to the highest level in the military formation, right? And it's something that our government has totally condemned.
Okay, Dr. Abati.
Yes, but before this interview with the Morning Show crew, he had issued a statement talking about certain powers beyond his control. Now, second,
he also said it on this program.
Yeah,
yes.
Because we put him to task on that score. Yes. Second, he also denied on this program. And third, when he spoke to CNN's Becky Anderson, when he started stuttering on the question, Becky Anderson said, I asked you a simple question. And then he said, oh, we saw the video. They look like military men. 4, there's also an Alhaji Ganiat who spoke when the military insisted that the governor invited them, who said, well, they invited the military, the governor did not deny, but the military was not supposed to go there at 7 o'clock. And General Taiwo, before that judicial panel of inquiry on Saturday, raised all of these questions. First, he said they didn't get any communication that the time of the curfew had been changed. Second, he said that the governor spoke to the chief of army staff, even got him in touch with the chief of staff at the presidency. So in other words, he gave the impression that the governor was lying. Now, the governor of Lagos State is not in a position to use that office to tell lies to the people of Lagos State. And that is why I say that he still owes us an explanation. Not through Alhaji Ganiat, who spoke, but he himself must come out and clear the air. However, at the panel, the counsel to Lagos State, Ejewonikoku SAN, interrogated, cross-examined General Taiwo. And he asked him, okay, yes, you said the governor called for the military. Was he the one that gave the order that the military should deploy their men from 81 Div? But the gentleman said no, he doesn't have such powers. So I don't know how much that has helped the governor of Lagos State, but at least Taiwo was cross-examined by A.J. Owonikoku SAN. Now, there was something that General Taiwo said. He said, look, the military, they use blank bullets. Now, even military experts have said, yes, the 6.72 millimeters bullet that was used and the 9 millimeters bullets that were used there, some of those bullets were live bullets. And so when he said, oh, we use blank bullets that will just scratch your skin, he himself said the chief of army staff deployed trainee soldiers. People who had just been trained 24 hours earlier, who probably do not even understand the protocol about internal security. That's how he was quoted. So he himself will need to provide further clarifications, because if you are going to manage such an important crisis like that, as described by General Taiwo himself, are you going to just carry a ragtag soldiers, trainee soldiers that have only received only one lecture in internal security? How would they know whether they should not go with live bullets or blank bullets? Who checked the bullets that they went with? So these are the issues, and then he accuses the governor of saying 2 people died. Other people are saying more than 2 people died. So there are still many gray areas that I hope that the judicial panel of inquiry will look into. And he also claimed that during the crisis, that soldiers were distributing water and drinks. When did the water and drinks and shawarma become part of the tools of managing internal security? So the whole thing is a joke. And we as civilians must continue to ask questions. So General Taiwo may have made his claims, but there are many gaps in his own story too.